Hillary Clinton is now being accused of interfering with UK politics by slamming government for delaying report into Russia, doing the same thing until after the election. You know what's funny? A lot of people in the United States like to complain about foreign interference in our elections, which is mostly overblown. What they never talk about are the Canadians who have a lot of influence, both left and right, in US politics. And now we're seeing that the more you talk about complaints of interference, well, what goes around comes around. Hillary Clinton complained over and over again, Russia, Russia, Russia. And then she pointed Russia at the UK, and now people in the UK are saying, stop interfering in our politics, you American dog. I don't mean dog as in I'm insulting Hillary, I'm saying it's an insult on Americans. Calm down, everybody. The Daily Mail reports Hillary Clinton has slammed the shameful delay in releasing a report probing Russian interference into British politics. Enough! I'm so tired of it. Conspiracy nonsense. But has been accused of interfering herself during a UK media blitz promoting her book today. The former presidential candidate said she believes every person who votes in the UK should see the document before Britain goes to the polls on December 12th. She said, quote, I'm dumbfounded that this government won't release the report about Russian influence, because every person who votes in this country deserves to see that report before your election happens. Oh, she's so concerned about transparency today. Yeah. How about we investigate the start of the Russiagate collusion nonsense? Oh, but I'm not going to point the finger at Hillary on this one. But the left is complaining that Trump is investigating the investigators. Oh, no, we can't allow this. Oh, but in the UK, there must be transparency. Not here. Oh, sure, I get it. The former presidential candidate spoke out while promoting her new book, Gutsy Women, with her daughter Chelsea in a series of interviews across the BBC and ITV. But some critics have questioned the timing of her own intervention ahead of a UK general election and accused her of trying to help Labour. I could be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure some dude in the Labour Party was singing Hey Jude to the words Hey Jews, and it was like a bunch of anti-Semitic lyrics or something. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Tory MP Michael Fabricant said, if Jeremy Corbyn thinks that Hillary Clinton's announcements on the radio will be helpful, he is deluded as David Cameron when he thought that President Obama's intervention during the EU referendum would help the Remain cause. As much as I love the US, neither Clinton's nor her arch rivals, Trump's, comments endear themselves to the British voting public. Quite the opposite. Nigel Farage told Mail Online that Hillary Clinton's decision to promote her book as Britain approaches the most important election for decades is typical of her. He added, the Russia conspiracy never dies with Hillary. She even said I was funded by them. Oh yeah. What did Hillary Clinton recently say about Tulsi Gabbard? It won't stop. Dude, at this point, Hillary Clinton is like a crazy cat lady throwing cats while screaming Russia. Like, dude, we're not into it, man. Okay? The left doesn't like you. We're over this. That's why I wonder why progressives don't support Trump's investigations into her and others. Not investments, investigations. They say in a series of interviews on her British book tour, Clinton claimed, Number 10 should release Parliament's Intelligence and Security Committee report immediately, repeating a claim made by critics of Boris Johnson. She won't stand again to be president, but her aim is to retire Donald Trump. The gutsiest thing she has ever done is not leaving Bill Clinton, although because Bill Clinton was credibly accused. Female MPs in Britain have confided in her that they are scared to stand for election in Britain, fearing violence. The report by the Intelligence and Security Committee was sent to the Prime Minister for approval on October 17th, but it has been held up. Speaking to Radio 4's Today program, Mrs. Clinton said the delay was disgraceful given the upcoming election, referencing the proven Russian interference. Oh, you know what? I'm so sick of this narrative. Yes, the proven Russian interference, of which it wasn't actually the Russian government. It was individuals who may have been from Russia. And it was like, thousands of dollars in ad. You know what, man? I'm so sick of this. They act like Vladimir Putin is laughing and being like, fire, like on America, when in reality, it was like random individuals trying to act in favor of Russia. It's really complicated, okay? Is it fair to say that Russia interferes? Of course it is, man. We do it, Russia does, China does it, probably Mexico does it, okay? Everybody does it. But they're acting like it's the end of the world. And Hillary Clinton is waving her sign in there screaming the end is nigh. Just please, you know. Speaking to Radio 4's Today program, Ms. Clinton said the delay was disgraceful. Yeah, all right, we read that. That should be an absolute condition. There is no doubt. We know it in our country. We have seen it in Europe. We have seen it here in Britain, that Russia in particular is determined to try to shape the politics of Western democracies, not to our benefit, but to theirs. You know what? Okay, you're right. It's Russia. Wow. Think about what that means. It means the world is dominated by Russia. It means we work for Russia. Is that really the message you want to get across? The United States was subverted by Russia, therefore now we work for Russia, and the UK as well. Come on, man. It's not real. These people voted for what they wanted. Okay? Are you calling the people stupid for voting for what they wanted? Oh, but the Russians are manipulating the media and Facebook. Uh-huh. So you think people are too stupid to realize when they're being had? What's your argument? It's democracy. The worst case scenario is that people used existing legal systems to influence people in ways you didn't like. Sounds more like you're complaining about losing. The BBC has been accused of rolling out the red carpet for Miss Clinton, who herself has been accused of interfering in British politics during the general election campaign. Although there has been no indication of the precise contents of the report on Russia, it will assess the threat posed by Moscow to Britain's democratic processes following an 18-month inquiry into illicit Russian activities in Britain. You know what, man? What happened to Brexit? Let's before we even talk about that, why isn't Brexit happening? I feel bad for the people in the UK, man. The main segment video I did was about how people are trying to undermine the duly elected president. At least he got elected. At least he's doing some things. Things I don't agree with. But hey, he was elected, man. What do you want me to do about it? In the UK, they voted for Brexit. They never got it. Could you imagine if Trump got elected and 3 years went by and Obama was still president and they were refusing to honor 2016, so Obama just stayed in? That would be insane, right? Well, that's basically what's happening in the UK. They voted for Brexit. They're still in the EU. They were supposed to leave. They're still in the EU. Imagine. It's going to 2019, and Obama's still president. They refuse to inaugurate Donald Trump. That'd be nightmarish. Fortunately, we as a country, we're stable enough to move through. The problem with the UK was that it was a referendum. So they won, and now it's being jammed up every which way. I'm not convinced the general election will solve it. So basically, if those aren't familiar, I'm only somewhat familiar. Boris Johnson couldn't get his deal passed. He had to ask for an extension. The EU gave it. So now they're holding a general election. And that's supposed to, I guess, hopefully, the people of Britain will vote in a new parliament that's going to favor, Brexit. It's not going to happen, man. Brexit's never going to happen because powerful elites don't want it to happen. End of story. Congratulations, you're serfs. You are servants. You serve the elites. You are not allowed to leave. It is not your country. That's it. Even though you won the vote, they'll just blame Russia and they'll call you a Russian asset. That's the game they're playing. It's scary to me watching the US because it's similar with Trump. I, as an American citizen, have a right to have my voice heard. I didn't vote for Trump, and I wouldn't vote for Trump. And it's funny when people are like, Tim, won't you learn? No, I'll vote for Tulsi Gabbard, man. Come on. But I do respect and recognize the office of the office and the election, and I respect that Donald Trump won. So you know what? I say, hey, you don't win them all. Well, Hillary Clinton can't let it go. Everything's Russia, so now she's going to the UK. Listen, so far, the only evidence we have of high-level governmental actors trying to influence politics in a foreign country is you going to the UK and then telling them about Russia and trying to act like Brexit was not legitimate. Because it's basically what they're talking about. Let's be real. It's Brexit, I'm assuming. They say there's been no indication of the precise contents of the report, so we don't even know what it's about. For all we know, the report says Russia did nothing wrong. The Sunday Times previously claimed 9 Russian business people who have donated money to the Conservative Party were named in the dossier. Here's a bunch of tweets about people. Why are you giving her a platform? It's nothing to do with her. She is voicing opinions against the Tory party in the run to an election. I mean, yeah, that's... Why would you allow that? But, no, I think the challenge comes with the BBC being state-funded. But let's be real. Do I think Hillary Clinton's off a rocker? Yes. Do I think she has a right to go to a foreign country and talk about what she feels like? She absolutely does. I believe free speech is universal, and I'm not going to blame the BBC for putting her on a platform and asking her questions. That's silly. So they want to say that she shouldn't be doing it. Here's what I really want to say. Hillary Clinton is getting a taste of her own medicine, being accused of foreign interference, because the people in the UK do not like the fact that she's coming and speaking. But you know what, man? We have people in the US who are Canadian and British, and they speak about our politics all the time. So you know what? Whatever, man. In the end, the big issue here is that Hillary is nuts. She's a crazy cat lady. She's throwing her cats while screaming Russia the whole time. And it's just so absurd that we're now what? 4 years 3.5 years or so, about 4 years from the launch of this crazy and insane conspiracy about Russians and, these business people now. And it's like, dude, I get it. Okay, Russia, they play games. We do, other countries do, Iran does, China does. But to act like we lost the war, that's what she's saying. Oh, Russia won. And she's waving her arms, screaming, Russia won, the battle's over. Well, you know what? I guess I'll never forego an opportunity to shine some light on Miss Clinton's absurdities. If she's going to come out and speak about Russia nonstop, I think it's important to highlight that she's off her rocker. That after 3 years of the Mueller of Russia collusion, and then we had the Mueller investigation, they didn't find it. They didn't. Did they find that some Russian somewhere did something? For the most part, yeah, but it wasn't the Russian government enacting this major conspiracy. Nah, it was like a few thousand profiles. It was nothing particularly large. It was like a few $1,000s. That's my understanding. Maybe I'm wrong, whatever. I'll leave it there. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 10 a.m. on this channel. Thanks for hanging out.